You want to travel to Argentina. Maybe you have already been to Argentina and you know what it feels not to have Spanish, what it feels not to speak Argentinian Spanish. You have tried to learn Argentinian Spanish with a teacher, Spanish with academy, or even worse, just learning the regular Spanish that is not useful here in Argentina. And now you feel frustrated because you will be here, but the biggest problem you have is that you don't speak our language. So in this video, I will tell you why you are in this condition, why you haven't learned Argentinian Spanish yet. So if you are ready, vamos a empezar. First of all, learning a new language, for all of us, the first time we try is something super hard, something super different, and we have the old chip that we will think that learning our language is just like learning mathematics or learning geography, learning history at school. But the truth is that learning this way is not even close to the real way we learn languages, we learn Spanish. When I was much younger and I just started to learn English and other languages, I used to think like this. Oh, if I want to learn English, I should try learn English as in mathematics. I was taught at school that we should do it. But when I started to study like this, like the way schools teaches us to learn a language, to learn Spanish, to learn English, it did not work out for me. I couldn't even say a word in English for almost 2 years. Why? Because I tried the incorrect way. I did it on myself. I wasted lots of time that I could have spent in a way that would have been better. So this is what is happening to you. You are not learning Argentinian Spanish because you are not working the right way on this. You're not focusing on the things that work. But I don't blame you. You do not have experience learning languages. You have good disposition to work on this, but you are just not having results. So let me tell you that the regular way that a Spanish school teaches us is not the best way to learn Spanish. It's not the best way to learn Argentinian Spanish. First of all, our biggest goal must be speaking. We must develop speaking from day one. For the reason that you are a traveler, you are someone who travels here to Argentina, or you will be a new resident and you need to speak right now, not tomorrow, no in 2 years, no in 5-10 years or something like that. No, you need to learn the most specific things that you need, at least start using them in real life context and make your life easier if you are a new resident or if you are a traveler. And all of the things that you have to learn for starting using them in real life, we can call this the traveling vocabulary. This is the first thing that you have to focus on when you are learning Argentinian Spanish or learning Spanish in general. Because once you learn this, that you could learn everything just in 4 months and even less, you will start using all of this vocabulary right away. Because you're in Argentina, you will start traveling and you will start speaking to locals, you will start speaking stores and everywhere. So if you learn all of these things, you focus on all of these things, you do it as fast as possible or the most effective way, everything will be much easier just because you took the time to learn this for 4-6 months. So you are seeing here, we have two things that are very important to focus on. We have here two goals that you must focus on most of the time. It is to start developing speaking skills. Every time you have an opportunity, try to speak, don't be shy. I know you will feel nervous, you will feel anxiety, but the only way to start having better speaking skills is when you speak. Then you have to focus on very specific vocabulary for traveling. If you are someone who is a business owner and would like to focus more on the business vocabulary, you can also do it at the same time. But first, you must learn the vocabulary for traveling. And the third goal that you must focus on, or the thing that you must focus on to finally get rid of this bad condition of feeling frustrated, of not being able to speak Argentinian Spanish, is to focus on Argentinian Spanish. Let me give you an example, because you're now here in Argentina, you start speaking with people, but you know the regular Spanish. Nobody here knows regular Spanish. Nobody here speaks with regular Spanish. If you say a word in regular Spanish, Argentinian people will know, understand you. Then you know vocabulary for traveling. So you can say, oh, okay, I know regular Spanish, I know vocabulary for traveling, so I can manage myself and so I can get by because I know everything I need. I know vocabulary for traveling. I can speak a little bit. So that's all. I can manage myself. I can get by here in Argentina. But no, the truth is that here in Argentina, we have our own dialect. We can call this our own dialect. You already know this if you have watched my previous videos. But basically, we have lots of different vocabulary. We have slang, we have something which is called backward words. We pronounce words differently, we have different grammar, and we have lots of different reductions that we don't say words completely. We say it the short way, that we only do it here in Argentina, not in another place or somewhere else. We just have this type of different reductions just here in Argentina. So that's why you must focus on learning Argentinian Spanish at the same time as you're working on the first two things. What do you have to do to overcome this condition? What do you have to do to get rid of this frustration working just on vocabulary for traveling that will allow you to speak right now in real context, in real life traveling situations. So your life will be much easier. You will not waste time on stupid things or in slow things because you don't know Spanish. So you just need to focus on this. This way you are focusing on the most important thing. You're not learning any other topic that's different from this that you cannot use it right now, right away in real life. Then start focusing on Argentinian Spanish, because even though that you know all of these words for traveling situations, for example, you know how to say bus in Spanish, but the problem is that in neutral Spanish, bus is called bus or autobus. But here in Argentina, we call it bondi or colectivo. We have two different ways to call it. And if you say bus here in Argentina, nobody can understand. If you say, for example, subway, which is in neutral Spanish will be metro. If you say metro here, nobody's going to understand because it is not an Argentinian word. We would say subte. Subte means subway, but in Argentinian Spanish. And that's why it is so important to focus on Argentinian Spanish. And the third goal that you have to focus on to start overcoming this awful situation, to start reading off of this bad condition that you have because you don't know our language, is to focus on speaking. If you're a shy person, I know you're shy, I know you're timid, but you are here in Argentina. What do you think you were going to do here? No, just a joke. So you have to speak right now, because if you are a traveler, you will have to speak. It doesn't matter if you speak English, if you speak Chinese or any other language you speak. You have to speak here Spanish from Argentina. Because if someone comes to you and tell you something, you would understand. If you got lost here in Argentina, you don't have your phone, or you have a problem with your phone, or you're just alone enjoying your life here with your family, you have to know Spanish. If you had any problem, what can you do? You don't know Spanish. You will need it every single day to speak Spanish. If you don't want to be dependent on someone else, you need Spanish. You need to speak. And that's why you should focus on these three things at the same time, and mostly on speaking, because you need to be able to be fluent, or at least know a little bit to start using that in real life context. So if you can focus on these three things at the same time, you will finally be able to overcome that awful condition of not being able to speak Argentinian Spanish. So if you haven't been able to speak Argentinian Spanish, if you haven't learned Argentinian Spanish, or you feel frustrated because you don't know our language, you want to learn it, but you don't know how to, here you have the three keys to start working on this and start developing this amazing language, which is Spanish, and even more amazing, our dialect, which is Argentinian Spanish, for sure. So I hope that these advice are useful for you and you start working on this. I want you to come back here to this video and tell me if you indeed had good results or not. For sure you will have it, because if you do things correctly, there's no way you cannot learn this language. And also, if you would like to start working on your Argentinian Spanish right now, you want to learn Argentinian Spanish because you will be here in Argentina, of course. You want to learn specifically vocabulary for traveling, because what you need to know as a traveler is this as fast as possible, and you would like to start speaking Argentinian Spanish from day one and start developing this skill as fast as possible, you can start working with me with my group lessons in my new academy, Spanish Mindset Academy. My new group lessons will start on June 10, will be 3 days per week, 11 in the morning, Argentina time zone. You will see the different time zones in the description of this video, 3 times per week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Same time, 11 in the morning, Argentinian time. This group lessons is for 6 months long, in which in this 6 months you will learn everything you need to come here to Argentina, be a traveler, be a new resident, and be able to survive here in Argentina just with Spanish. Why? Because as I told you, everything you need to know is just Argentinian Spanish, traveling vocabulary, and start speaking a lot. So all of these three things, we are gonna do it at the same time here in my academy, the first Argentinian academy ever. So if you would like to know more, in the description you have the link. You can contact me there and start working on your Argentinian Spanish. Finally, start working on this. It will be just for 5 people, so probably in this week I will not have more space for new students. So if you would like to know more, you know that you have the link over here. So I hope that you have liked this video. Please tell me what you think of this with this advice. Muchas gracias por ver y nos vemos en otro video. Chao, chao. Thanks for watching this video. If you are a beginner and you want to learn Spanish, my book, Mini Stories to Learn Spanish Beginner's Guide, is available on Amazon. If you are looking to learn Spanish to visit Argentina with my program, you can do it. All the details are in the description. Thanks for watching.